Hello everyone and welcome back to some Neon Dynasty Draft. I am the Night Owl, here for yet another one. I've been screwing up, I recorded some other drafts the other day, but I've been screwing up my recording yesterday, or recently, so hopefully we'll not have too many more errors and issues. I'll be able to actually get some more uploaded for you here. But I've done a number of drafts at this point. My initial impression of the set, that this set is really difficult, is still seeming to be pretty true. I'm feeling like I'm getting a better grasp on it, but again, it's just a complicated set, lots of moving parts. I'm still not 100% on the areas where there's like tight margins where it's easy to identify that the good cards are good and the bad cards are bad. But a lot of the cards that are in the middle, it can be really difficult to tell which is like a better direction to lean one way or another in those kind of like sort of mid-range picks and cards, both in the draft portion and while building. And there's so many playables that you really have like a lot of options, which is cool. I like that more than Crimson Vow, where sometimes it's like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna like scrape together whatever I can get here. But it's challenging. It's challenging. Okay, so options here. I think I'd take a Ganjo Seed of the Empire. This is a decent shrine, one of the better ones, honestly, because I think the body's like pretty decent, especially in red, like the 2/2 first strike. There's a number of ways to like make that a little bit better, especially you start to modify this creature. It ends up being really good. I really like both of these cards, but they are multicolor, and so I don't necessarily want to start with them. Now, Colossal Sky Turtle is a little bit different because I think the green decks have a lot of ways to make different colors of mana. Like you can fix a little bit easier in the green decks. So this is a more reasonable multicolor card to start with, whereas Oni Cult Anvil, you're probably not going to splash much in like, like if you're like red blue, you might splash this, or if you're like black blue, you might splash this. But like it's a little trickier. You don't have the natural fixing. I mean, you got things like Undercity Scrounger, I guess, but also it's like less of like a late game like card that you naturally kind of want to splash. You want to cast this card early and have it accrue value over the course of an entire game. So not much of a splash card. Not much to say about the commons. These are all like mediocre to decent. But I think that these lands are super good, and you should be first picking them most of the time. The ability to just be a relevant spell that also like it's like you free roll it. Like I don't even have, that's not even a spell slot in my deck. Like it's so nice. I'm gonna follow it up here, I think, with Selfless Samurai. This is a really good 2-drop. Just 2/2 lifelink is really solid, and then with the samurai decks like tend to like go kind of all in on one creature, and giving that one creature, if it's getting like power pumped or whatever, giving it lifelink really like adds up. And then also its ability is really good if you get like a really powerful creature. Like it combines just as well with like that same idea of you're attacking with this one big creature that you're kind of like so all in on at least that attack, so to speak. And so like it helps anything like that bad from happening. Helps keep anything that bad from happening. Other cards are like, there's Master's Rebuke for the removal spell, which maybe I would take if I didn't want to like kind of like lean into white already. I think this is the best common here. And green is a really good color, so maybe this could even almost be the pick if I just wanted to take the strongest card out of the pack. There's Invigorating Hot Springs, which I haven't had a chance to play with this yet. It's probably pretty good, but it's probably pretty good and maybe like slightly worse than it looks, because it seems like it's kind of bad off the top, and even when you play it on curve, you're playing that instead of a creature, so like I don't know. Here, wow, okay. So there's Born to Drive, which I feel like is a strong card in white because you do end up with some number of vehicles often, and this is like a really, really good enabler on top of just being a huge roar that smashes. I'm inclined to take a green card here. I mean, there's also Twisted Embrace, but like this is a really powerful uncommon. I mean, this is a gigantic creature, and you hit all your land drops for the whole game. And then there's also Master's Rebuke, so I could take another removal spell. It almost makes me wish if I had taken the Master's Rebuke in the last pick, I might have actually even been happier. I think we're going to take Beseiju. It's just a giant creature, and you hit basically all the land drops that you need for the rest of the game, while also not having to draw those same lands you're pulling out of your deck. I think that's where I want to be. It could be the removal spell. You really don't want to like pass too many removal spells. Like these Masters Rebukes are really good. I don't think, oh boy, Born to Drive is really good. Maybe I'm underrating it and I should be just sticking with the white cards here, but I think green might be the best color. So I'm going to lean into it here. Alright. I'm kind of glad I did. No reasonable white cards here. There's no reasonable white cards. These are only fine. I thought Season Renewal would be a little bit better. I've kind of grown cold on it. It is a 2-for-1 that you can play at instant speed. I mean, it's kind of nice. You can set some things up with it, but it's also like it's an awkward card to draw early on, like, and then you really have to like have a lot of time to like do this sort of thing, and you gotta like set it up. It's not like unplayable or anything. It's just it's a little more awkward than I like. I'm gonna take Sky Turtle. I'm gonna take Sky Turtle. Kind of like lean into the exact same thing I was saying about like the green decks. Like it's gonna be easy for me to sneak that blue into my deck, and then I mean this is just a gigantic flying monster that also can do the same thing as Season of Renewal, and then is also like a bounce spell. Other options are like Voltage Surge. There's still a Voltage Surge in the pack. These uncommons are fine. Silence is okay. I'm gonna take the Sky Turtle here. Lean into green. What do I think here? What do I think here? I think I'm gonna take Uncharted Haven. So it's really tricky to know when you should be picking lands. Because, you know, oftentimes you got to pass reasonable spells for them. And so it's really good to pick lands because upgrading the land slot in your deck is like something that if you just never picked any lands, I mean, it's just like, you know, I now get to put like if I play 17 lands with this Uncharted Haven and maybe the Ganjo, it's like I've upgraded, like instead of playing 23 cards from the draft, I'm playing 25 cards from the draft. I've upgraded 25 slots, if that makes sense. So lands are really like better than they look even a little bit. I don't think I'm passing it over any like spells that I'm really gonna miss here. Like Fang of Shigeki maybe is like a good defensive one drop, but let's just like take the fixing early so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So now I'm not so sure. There's a Rabbit Battery. This is a really powerful card, and the fact that I saw a Voltage Surge a couple picks ago tells me it also Kumano faces Kakazan. This card's also quite good. Like these are two really good red uncommons here that are getting passed my way. So maybe I want to like lean into red-green. The other card I could take is Fade into Antiquity, and maybe this is what I want to take. Like, boy, because there's also Steelbreaker. Like, there's 3 really strong red cards in this pack, and like nothing else. There's the Fade, and then the 2 red cards. So Rabbit Battery has like both of these like don't really fit into a rampy type deck is the problem, and so they're kind of like counter to like everything else that I'm picking. But if red's the open color, maybe that's just where I want to be. I'm gonna take the Fade though. There's a Bronze Plate Boar. It's a good card. I could take the red-green splash land. I might regret that pick, but I don't know. I think green's where I only need to. I'll just take a 2-drop here. This is like just a reasonable filler style 2-drop. It's not amazing or anything. You know, probably don't ninjutsu it in very often unless you got some sort of synergies that you want to buy back. But turns it into 2-1, turns into a 3-2. Maybe turns your other creatures a little bit bigger. It's good. Probably better than Favor of Jukai. 2 decent red creatures in the pack again. So red-green might be what's open. We'll see. But without being positive yet, I think I'm just going to stick with just picking green cards. Not feel too bad about it. None of this is incredible. Could pick Story Weave. Pump Spell. Also, like, if I get more sagas than just Boseiju, it accelerates them, which isn't bad. It makes Boseiju really big. Though you typically don't want to do that. Though you can do it at instant speed, so it's kind of interesting because you can like turn this into like a flash blocker. I mean, it's actually kind of insane. Maybe I just take the Story Weave. I think the other pick here would be like Skystormer Koi. It's like the other best card in the pack. This card's quite good, but green does not have like a lot of artifacts or artifact synergies, so it's like kind of like counter synergistic to what I'm doing. Yeah, I could take the Monkey. Monkey's decent. I'm gonna take the Rugged Highlands though. Again, set myself up to splash more. I don't look like I'm going to be like a Dragonfly suit deck. I think white's getting cut. I just don't look like white's open. All these blue cards, like Puzzle Maker's okay. I could play Puzzle Maker. It's a reasonable card, but I don't think it's like a decent enough pick. I'm just going to take another fixing card. I could take Sling, but again, it's not really like I look like I'm like more of a late game deck, though that doesn't necessarily have to be the case at this point. I could like transfer into a more aggressive deck, but it just doesn't work that well with like Sky Turtle. But I mean, maybe I shouldn't be like ignoring good cards for Sky Turtle. You know, I don't know. I'll take Explosive Entry. If red is open, then this is actually a decent removal spell. It's better than Commune with Spirits. This card can be good. This card can be good, but it's like pretty replacement level. Like, it can miss, which is a problem. I mean, unless you like really fill your deck with stuff that like goes well with it. I'll just take like what would be the decent removal spell here instead. Let's actually sort this out. Here I'll take Samurai in case I do end up going red. Put the white cards over here. I think Grafted Growth is better than the Terrarium in the green decks, so I'm going to take the Grafted Growth here. I don't really like this card, but it's not unplayable. I just, I'm not crazy about it. We'll take Trash Bot. This is actually a decent defensive card that, like in the later game, which if I'm playing a later game deck, could actually be like a real threat that I could play cheaply. So, yeah. Steelbreaker. The fact that Steelbreaker came around and this Samurai, like maybe red-green is the way. No good green cards. Dragon Spark Reactor is really good, but I just don't look like I'm like even close to a Dragon Spark Reactor deck. It'll take Flame Discharge, I guess. It's going to be better than Voltage Surge because I don't anticipate having enough artifacts that this is ever going to be more than Shock. And Shock is decent, but like I think I want this that I am going to have ways to modify creatures, so this also becomes a Shock. But then it can also like club up to like kill much bigger threats, a little simpler than Voltage Surge. I think I'm going to take this. No, the blue cards are good. I mean, it's really. I could take Reality Chip and try to go that way. Maybe I should take Reality Chip. But no, I'm thinking that red's the other open color. I'm gonna take Flame Discharge here. Oh, then they pass me like this pack. Boy. So, Replication Specialist is maybe the best card in the pack, but I'm not really even all that close to having like artifacts to pair with it, so it's not a good card for me. But there's no good cards for me. I guess I'll take like Intercessor's Arrest. Maybe I'd still play like the Iganjo, and like I play like a couple white cards, and then I splash like one blue card maybe, or something like that. I mean, I'm not crazy about that, but it's a possibility. There's like nothing in this pack for me, so... This is, I think, Master's Rebuke. Bunch of reasonable green comments here. Like, this card's quite good. I mean, it gets gigantic. This card I've actually been pretty impressed with. This, it's, you know, the fact that it's a 4/5 haste and vigilance, like, it's like really solid on defense, solid on offense. It's an enchantment. It's all pretty good. But I'll just take the removal spell. We'll just take the removal spell. Sorry, Captain isn't really kind of where I'm going, even though it's like thinking about splashing these white cards. But no, we'll just. This is probably the safest and cleanest pick. We'll take this. Alright, I gotta sort this stuff out. Seismic Wave, huh? There's also Iron Hoof Boar. I'm gonna take the Seismic Wave, I think. So there's also Fade into Antiquity, so another solid removal spell. Iron Hoof Boar, which would be solid in a deck like this. But Seismic Wave has like the ability to really crack open boards in a way that like other cards don't. Like you can really get out of trouble with this. You can also go right to the face with it, which happens sometimes. I mean, I've been killed by it multiple times now. So yeah, we'll take the Seismic Wave. Let me do my classic sorting here. Steelbreaker does not look amazing. Okay, Seismic Wave it is. So for Cliffs maybe? Just have really nice mana, and then I can like more freely pick up blue cards as I see them. Because it could be Steelbreaker, but I'm not going to have a lot of artifacts. Like, even the first Steelbreaker isn't going to be very good. I'm not even, like, that crazy about being red, but, like, nothing else in the other colors have, like, really, like... There have been good cards in the other colors, like okay, past that Replication Specialist, but I just haven't been close to, like, wanting the effects that they're offering in my deck, even if, like, the other color might be better. I mean, the same is true for some of these red cards, but at least they're, like, removal spells, right? It could be Jukai Preserver, but let's take the mana here. Voltage Surge or Fade into Antiquity is kind of what I'm looking at. I don't think it's either of these. Could be the Trash Bot, but I just really don't think so. I take the second Fade, I guess. This gets you out of a lot of problems. It's really nice. And again, I'm not going to really have the ability to make the Voltage Surge anything more than a Shock, which is still pretty good. Maybe I should take it. But I think I like the reliability of Fade a little bit better, even the second Fade. I'm going to take Bronze Plate Boar. I just need more creatures in this deck. And then this one actually does have the ability to like get equipped onto my other creatures and make them bigger. It has a little more upside. I'm not going to be aggressive enough for Unstoppable Ogre. It could be Ember Keeper. I do need like more 2-drops, and I'm going to have some amount of ability to modify my creatures. I got Grafted Growth, I got Story Weave. Could be Ember Keeper. I think I want Bronze Plate Boar a little bit more though. The only plus of Ember Keeper is that it's a 2-drop, which isn't like insanely appealing. Another trash bot. I could just, like, really take out the trash. I'll take Papercraft Decoy, though. This kind of does the same thing. It's like a 2-drop that actually, like, maybe I can, like, get a little grindiness out of it. Seems reasonable. Nothing else here's that special. Yeah. Okay, now I'll take a Voltage Surge. I'm definitely not Mech Hanger. All these blue cards are only okay. Easy Voltage Surge. Wow, blue is super open, but all the cards are like just now where I'm at. I'll take Kamigawa's Completion. This is actually a removal spell that I might play if I like sneak enough blue into the deck. The Modern Age is probably like... The thing is I don't want to splash. This is like a 2-drop, you know. It's really good. The green really got cut this pack. I just have a hard time ending up in the right colors sometimes, gang. Alright, this is a pretty easy Harmonious Emergence. I definitely like that. What happened here? It never allows me to have a gap. What is this? I'll take the Tranquil Cove. We'll see. Maybe I play it. Short Circuit. And Assault. And Plains. Alright, what about this pack? I could take another Sky Turtle. I could take Tanuki. Tanuki might be good. I think I'll take another Sky Turtle, though, right? So, I mean, I could take the other Seismic Wave. But I don't think I want too many. Also, I need to like have like more creatures, which this doesn't. This is a 7-drop, so I mean it is really expensive. It makes it tough to like count on it as a creature, but it adds a lot of power to my deck, which I think is what I kind of need. I don't like. I have a bunch of removal, so I don't know if I need because I have Voltage Surge, Entry, Discharge, 2 Fades, and I already have a Seismic Wave. Got a Rebuke. Like yeah, let's take this big finisher. It could be Tanuki here to like fix and also be a finisher, but I think that this is like so much more powerful. Also offers me like a little interaction, so I think it's just the turtle here. A couple of things I want though, so I hope I boarded it. Another Beseiju, huh? Well, I think that's what I'm gonna take. I could take the Fang, but this card's so powerful I don't want to pass it. I'm running a risk of like not having enough cheap cards, but I mean this card's awesome. It's so big. You hit all your land drops. It like makes it so that I basically definitely get to cast Turtle. Other option would be like Smelter just to get a 2-drop in the deck. Like, I wonder if I should have been green-blue more, but and then just splash the red cards and sort of say, oh, Blossom Prancer. Well, I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like, it's like all these cards are really good. I could take Careful Cultivation. Maybe I'm getting really greedy by picking this Prancer, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, these cards are incredible. I would take. I think of the rest of this, I want Tanuki, but I think I would take Careful Cultivation just because I think getting the other 2-mana spell that like allows me to hit my 4 sooner is really good. But I don't think you can pass Blossom Prancer really. What is going on here? This is driving me nuts. This is Azusa's Many Journeys. This is pretty easy. It ramps me a little bit, gains me some life, so I can like handle the fact that I'm not like playing an actual creature on my 2-drop on my second turn, and then it turns into a 3/3. Turns into a 3/3. So really good 2-drop here. Oh, here we go. Is it okay? Do I take the multicolor Hot Spring, which I actually don't think is like incredible for my deck the way that it's like set up, or do I take the Kami's Flare, or do I take the creature in Bronze Plate Boar? This is actually a tough choice. I don't know. I'm tempted to take the Hot Spring, but I don't have that many creatures. I mean, like, what do I got? I can't really see. I got 10 creatures. It's not good. It's not good. I'm gonna take it though. I'm gonna take it because I'm just gonna really focus on picking up creatures for the rest of these picks. This Voltage Surge, No, I'm gonna take the board. I want the Voltage Surge, but I can't. I've put off picking creatures too many times at this point. I can't afford to do it again. Oh, an Anvil, huh? Now this is a Vampire Grove Archer. Really nice defensive creature. Just kind of sets me up. Like I've had a lot of opponents play this against me, and I just like stare at it like, okay, what do I do now? Like, there are really big creatures in the set, and then there are also like really small creatures. I mean, like, obviously, but like, there are some decks that just like put out a bunch of like smallish creatures, and this is actually really annoying. And I got a Kami's Flare. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to make some cuts. Wow. Half these cards are pickable for me. I don't think it's Tempered in Solitude. That's just not where I'm at. I don't even think the card's that good, honestly. I mean, it's okay in some situations. Could be the second Seismic Wave. I think I'm just going to take the Coiling Stalker, though. I think I just need the cheaper creature. Then again, this, like, obliviates the need for me to... Yeah, I'm going to take the Seismic Wave. Um, I was talking about just needing cheaper creatures, but Seismic Wave, like, undoes the need for me to have those cheaper creatures in a lot of ways. I'll take the boar here for sure. I guess I'll take Kami. I could have taken Season Renewal there, but I don't think I'm going to play it. Well, maybe it would have been okay. Maybe it would have been alright. But my deck's already really full. Another Kami's Flare came back. Well, now I wish I had taken the Stalker. I have so much removal now, it's insane. Definitely have cuts to make. I don't think I'm going to play Explosive Entry. I got too much other removal. And then on top of 2 Fades, which I think are just a little better because they're a little more reliable. I don't really need the +1/+1 counter on the Explosive Entry that much. Put these all on the board for now. A 3rd Fade. I mean, I'm not going to play it. It's too many. Not crazy about Smelter. I think I'm going to cut it. It doesn't really do anything in my deck. I don't know why this gap irritated me so much. It just like it made it so hard to like look at what was going on in my deck. Okay, cut Tamio's Completion. Get you out of here. Yeah, we'll kind of this one we'll kind of build from the ground up, and we'll see. All right, here we go. Probably play the Voltage Surge and the Kami's Flares. Start the Boars, or the Samurais. Start the Waves. Probably not you. We'll start Ironhoof Boar. This card is really good. I mean, it's like, especially, I mean, you cast it, it's just a gigantic haste monster. This card is solid, but I'm wondering if I'm aggressive enough to really need something like this. Like, the channel on it is like a lot better if you're attacking, right? And then I have like other gigantic monsters that I don't necessarily need this. So I mean, we'll start it for now, but like there may be reason to cut it here. I'll play the Flame Discharge. All right, so Archer, Stalker, Rebuke, 2 Fades to start. We'll see about you. Probably not Story Weave, though. This is, like I said, this is an interesting combo. Like going Story Weave and then like having like a surprise blocker and have it like be gigantic is like something you could do, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem amazing to me. I mean, that's cute, more cute than anything. I'll start both of these. Start my turtles. And I'll sort this out. Put this like here. These are all pseudo creatures. Right. Okay. Oh, well, definitely this. I missed that. So yeah, I very well might cut the boar. The Ironhoof Boar, that is. Because I'm going to have like a bunch of gigantic monsters anyways. And so I don't think I think I want cheaper cards in the deck to keep me alive to the point that I can like, take advantage of this stuff. I don't have a ton of card advantage, which can be kind of a problem. Like I'm trying to like cast my like 7 mana spells, and then I don't really have a way to like generate additional cards. Well, except I got the Besagers. Those really go a long way, don't they? What do I do to fix that anyways? Not all that much. Fearless Samurai is kind of interesting because it does like help me like ramp out into some of this stuff a little bit. Do I have the Hot Spring? Do I play the Hot Spring? I mean, it does allow me to haste my Besagers, which is it's a beating. Modified creatures you control have haste. Is there anything else that like gets like modified like that? Well, the thing is, I already have like this guy already has haste. I mean, hasting these is like pretty good, but like, is it necessary? Do I need to do that? I don't know. Let's look at the Trash Bot. I don't think Trash Bot's going to be very good in the deck, though. Like, I don't have a lot of cheap stuff that's going to die. And so, like, I mean, I got a bunch of removal spells, but these aren't going to, you know, do it. So I think Trash Bot might be a bit of a liability, even though it can be good. it can defend. Like, it's got 4 toughness on the 3rd turn, and so it like can block. But like cards like that are always a little bit suspect. Like, because you know they never like threaten to trade. Like, if you're planning on defending yourself with that and it doesn't have any power, opponents can like freely attack into it and they don't have to fear anything. You know, as opposed to like if it was even just like a 2/4, they might not be able to like just all send and like you get damage in past it anyways. If that makes sense. Yeah, I think I am going to cut the boar. Because I don't really need like the ability to like push these guys through, like especially when I have like all these removal spells. Like if I am trying to push stuff through, I can like kill it with removal. I think I'm just like going to be like too defensively postured a lot of the time. I think I want to play this other samurai. I think I want to play Papercraft Decoy. And I want to play these because this is like a nice, like, cheaper creature. It can't block okay, and then it also can't get attacks in, and it'll help me like cheapen my spells, you know. So it's kind of a rampy type spell, but also attacks. Really kind of nice. Papercraft Decoy, early defense, and helps grind a little bit again in some situations. Is this how I want to run it? I think it is. I think it is. Again, maybe this is a mistake cutting the boar, but I just don't think so when I have, like, again, like 2 turtles, 2 Besagers, the Blossom Prancer, the Harmonious Emergence. I got just, like, lots of other big things. I have Bronze Plate board to make creatures big, so I don't need this, like, gigantic monster, you know, that costs 6 mana. That is also a pump spell. And I'm not playing the Hot Spring. And now I can't remember what I took it over, but I'm kind of regretting it because it just seems like it's not really a good fit for my deck. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like this entire card, and I already have like no card advantage while I'm trying to cast expensive things again, you know. And then so it's an entire card, and then it'll like kind of add some +1/+1s, which is fine, but that's not like insane. And it'll give things haste. That's only like okay as well, right? Like, it's, you know, I mean, like, okay, like following it up with like Blossom Prancer and giving it haste, the 1/1 counter and haste, like, is good, right? But like it's really bad off the top later in the game. I don't know, it just seems like a liability. It just seems like the kind of card that's like, it looks like it could like do a big thing, and then it actually ends up being a little too slow and awkward in the situations I might find myself in to like actually do the thing well enough. Though, I mean, again, giving counters like Boseiju when it actually flips and then attacking with it immediately, or Sky Turtle when I actually cast it, like, it probably is good, right? Like, that probably is good. I just don't think they need to be that much better, if that makes sense. I don't think I need to spend an entire card to do that. I'd rather like have more solid cards that I'm playing that'll actually like keep me alive. I think that like as long as I like stay alive reasonably and get to like cast my later stuff, I'm going to be in good shape. And so I just don't think I need to take a risk of like a card that's like kind of a liability. I don't think it's Grafted Growth. Grafted Growth can do things. I mean, it is an enchantment, but my cards don't actually care about enchantments that much. And it does fix, but I don't really need the fixing, I don't think. I mean, I'm going to have like 1, 2, and then we'll play the Rugged Highlands, so I'm not going to feel bad about putting like an island or 2 in the deck. And then, do I have anything else that actually fixes, though? Not really. But this even has like the channel backup option, so it's like this card it's hard for this card to get like stuck in your hand, you know. I do wish I had more card advantage in the deck. I do wish I had more card advantage. But yeah, which is another reason I don't want to play something like Grafted Growth. It's just like a mana source that adds a 1/1 counter, and I don't really want that to be one of my spells. Yeah, I think we'll run it like this. I hope I don't run into any like truly nasty rares, I guess. I don't really have like that kind of power. Like, I mean, like I have some good uncommons, but I don't like have any rares in the deck, you know? So, I don't know, we'll see. And I don't think I want to, like, I don't think it's worth, like, trying to sneak this in, like, playing white cards just to play them and then, like, sneak the Intercessor's Arrest in. Because I could play, like, the Tranquil Cove, and, you know, I have the Uncharted Haven, and then maybe I do play the Grafted Growth. But for this to, you know, be anything more than just a white source, I need to have, like, this and a white source. It just doesn't seem like that's where I want to be. Okay, so yeah, I'll play this, and this, and this. And then what do I want? I think I want one island. If I play one island, I have 15 cards, so then I can go, like, 8 and 7. And that gives me, well, 9 green sources, 9 red sources, 3 blue sources. Seems pretty good. Yeah. Alright, get the island in here. Oh, I mathed horribly. Wait. How did I math so bad? Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. I don't know what I was thinking. Because, yeah, if I play one island, I have 13 cards, right? So it's different. And I can play 7 and 6. So I play 7 green, 6 red. That gives me 9 green, 9 red. Yeah. Okay. There we go. It's a deck. We have a deck. Let's do it. See you for round 1. Alright, round 1 it is. We'll see how this deck does. I'm kind of unsure about it, to be honest, but I think it's fine. You know, keep. Yeah. So I'm going to start this off as a blue. I don't think I need double green right now, and then I'd rather get the just get the tap land in play, so we'll do it. Hopefully don't come to regret that, but I think it's fine. A sphere, sure. Well, opponent has some card advantage, and it's kind of annoying, but... Wait, what? Oh, I played a mountain. That was very foolish of me. Oh, wow. Okay, well... Play Azusa's Many Journeys. Oh, I can't, because I'm just being very silly right now. I'm a little distracted. That's okay. Do I play Azusa's? Yeah, I think I play Azusa's. I just play the mountain. I really messed up my sequencing there. I should have a Coiling Stalker just beating the snot out of them in play, but... Also, they get to do this in Scry. Okay. That's fine. Double Scry. It's pretty good. Yeah, if I lose this game for sloppy manaing, I accept. I mean, I'm not going to be thrilled about it by any means, but... so here I think I'm just going to fade this so I don't keep getting beat up by it. Seems reasonable to me. I could just play the boar. Nah, I don't really want to actually get in trouble here. I think that's kind of the play. You are an artifact creature, okay. Yeah, network terminal. You have a lot of, like, filtering and card draw power, so... Oh. That's gonna hurt. A Sky Turtle. Cool. So I got Likeness of the Seeker. I think we're going to play Coiling Stalker, and then when they go to pump this, I'm going to bounce it with the turtle. And save myself a ton of life. Right? Is that the play? I kind of don't want to throw the turtle away, but I do. Well, do I just take 5? I mean, it could be even more. Yeah, I think I do. I'm so far away from casting it, like, it doesn't really seem reasonable. Definitely could be in a lot better shape, though, if I had played properly. I should have bounced and not let them scry. That's okay. Gotta tighten up, gang. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to attack with both. Just kind of see what happens. They're all artifact creatures, so the seismic wave doesn't really do anything that special here. Okay. Now play boar. This thing could end up getting bigger than I want it to get, but I think it's fine. A lucky offering indeed. Oh, sure. Okay. The problem is they're going to be like beating me for a bunch. Can I afford to not kill something here? They have 1 card. Part of me thinks I need to Master's Rebuke this. So this will shrink and then hope they just don't have another artifact to play. But even if they do, I'm at least like preventing a good amount of damage. Because if they have another artifact to play, I'm taking so much damage here. Yeah, probably the play, right? If I had another forest, I might do things differently, but... No attacks. I'll buy myself a little time, at least. Got a looter here. Okay. Kind of feeling... Oh. Well, geez, okay. First I've seen that played. I think I might just be dead. With boar. With a decoy. Seismic Wave looking really bad this match. That's kind of what's funny about a lot of the cards in this set is that 5. No, all right. Well, I'm at peace with that. I think I have to double block here if they do this. I don't know why they wouldn't attack with everything. I think I have to double block because I can't afford to take the damage because then Puzzle Maker kills me next turn. So I'm not thrilled about this, but... anyway, yeah. Oh, alright, well I'm just dead. That's alright. Okay, alright, I better tighten up. But that is the game. We'll see for round 2. Alright, round 2. Round 2. Let's focus up here. Okay, this is a hand, yeah. This is a hand. They mulligan. Keep in mind. good early plays, defensive potential, and then I get to cast a big slammer ahead of time. Well, that makes it a little worse. Oh, I got a seismic wave actually. So this could end up doing good work here. Oh my! All right, solid draw. Scare him a little bit. Oh wow. I mean, I think I just 3-for-1 them here, right? I could wait. I could wait and see if they cast something else. Is that greedy, though? I mean, probably, right? Like, it's, like, so hard for me to lose the game if I just cast this. And then they don't, like, have anything, like, untapped, like... Yeah. To each non-artifact creature the target opponent controls. To any target, and then... Yeah, so this will just kill all three if I am right. Yeah. So this is a case where Seismic Wave is kind of good. Seismic Wave is alright in some situations. Okay, cool. Alright, pretty easy round 2. See you for round 3. Round 3. Here we go. Uh-oh. Up against the WAP. Do I keep this hand? I think I do. I'm really loath to mulligan with this deck because I'm trying to cast 7 drops and I have no card advantage, which is not a good situation to be in. I have a card that can defend me, and then if I like hit a forest in a reasonable time, yeah, I think I'm gonna try it. Big risk here. Mountain is not good. Also pretty classic. Oh yeah, okay. Well, somebody is about to meet the Kami's Flare. Circuit Mender, sure. Pretty good, actually. Here I'm just going to cast this. Like, I could get the Bronze Plate Board going, but it doesn't even match against the Circuit Mender at all, so... whatever. Yeah, great. Okay. So, easy Boseiju here. Sets up my Blossom Prancer. And then they just didn't cast a 4-drop, so they're not presenting any pressure. I don't know if I cast Harmonious Emergence or... Oh, okay, well, you get to draw a card. That's pretty good. Yeah. So I'm going to play a Forest. And then if I cast... no, I think I'm just going to cast Harmonious Emergence on this mountain and then attack, and then I got something that can block this. They might have like some kind of action, but that's fine because like I just don't need that much more out of my mana. And then I'm gonna have like even with this mountain used up, I'll be able to cast Blossom Prancer on a future turn. Yeah. If they kill it, I suppose it shrinks my Boseiju, but so it goes. Oh sure. Give me for 5. I think I just cast... If I cast Azusa's, I'm going to tap this. That's not as good. But I kind of want to get it going. I think I just cast Blossom Prancer. Get a boar. It's going to become a 6/6. I don't like that. I think I block anyways. I don't know. They can have like just about anything, but I don't think I can afford to like not block. So I think I do something like this. I don't think there's anything that like owns me if I do this. Am I wrong? Oh, no. Alright. Sure. So I could get the Blossom Prancer back. What do I think of that? I can go Forest. I don't have the blue for the Sky Turtle, so I kind of want to get something back. But maybe I need to get... Part of the reason I want to get Blossom Prancer is because it's actually like live on the board, unlike Boseiju, which would just take too long to get going because I'm about to be under pressure from a 5/5. Well, I think the first thing I do is attack. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Except then I have to tap this. They're hitting me with the 5/5 anyways, and then I just have the 1. Maybe I cast... Alright, so I lay a Forest. I can cast Azuzas, play the Mountain. And then I'll have Bronze Plate Boar. Yeah, I think I'll do this, and then play the Mountain. Play Bronze Plate Boar. And then I'll have Seismic Wave, which maybe I can do something with. No. Wait. I just... No, I won't actually. I mathed wrong. Oh, wait, no, I gotta play the Mountain. Here we go. Huh. Right. So they could have multiple stuff, but I think I'm gonna go block. If they want to play something to kill this, it makes it more likely that my Seismic Wave kills this. Sure. 7, 8. They have something else here that's really bad, but I think I just had to do something like this. Ah, shoot, they got more action. Wow, okay. A Voltage Surge. Well, it's not going to offer me too much. I think I get the Blossom Prancer back. Sure. So I gotta take 5 from this, but so it goes. Interesting. I mean, I guess they get to, like... That seems really, like, fancy. I don't know. Maybe not. Guess I got, like, nothing better to play. I think it's definitely Boseiju. I have my deck 18. Okay. Play a Forest. Play the Bamboo Grove Archer. And then... Actually, I'll play the Bronze Plate Boar. And then I don't want to do anything too crazy. I'm going to wait to reinforce this. Okay. Sure. A Dramatist puppet, huh? Wow, this is quite a turn. that was handy. That said, I might be okay. I don't know. I'm getting smacked pretty good this turn. But also, like, I could still, like, make some solid blocks that don't, like, actually end up in me getting totally owned. So... wait, it's... oh, it's just target permanent. Okay. So what do I actually want to block here? Probably the Seshiro. Then I just take 4 from the other thing. I don't want them to kill Boar. I think I just block Seshiro. I'll just double block like this. Trade with my 3/3s, I'll take 4 and accept it. And then I still have like a kind of a solid board. I'm going to get Beseiju soon. I got a Voltage Surge I can reinforce with the Bronze Plate Boar. Yeah. They don't have any outboard tricks, do they? Okay. Oh. Well, now I kind of regret my choice a little bit, but that's okay. So this will become, what, a 7/6? And I can still attack with this. I think it's the move still. Yeah. That's pretty annoying. But they actually don't have that much good they can do with it. I think this is going to get a Voltage Surge if they put the counter there. I think this is the better option, yeah. Okay, because I'm getting Beseiju, I think I'm going to Voltage Surge this. And then if I attack back, this is a 7, so they can actually just trade with 1. But then I'm going to have the Beseiju. I can, like... and then I'm going to... yeah. Because otherwise they block, like, here and here. But maybe that's what they do. So I think I'm actually going to wait on the Voltage Surge, yeah. And then how much mana do I have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can Voltage Surge, Fade, and equip. Yep, okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Okay, so I have the 9, 9. So first I attack with the Blossom Prancer. That's fine. Trade like this. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, by Voltage Surging, I can kill both their high toughness creatures instead of worrying about the Coiling Stalker. I think that's better. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, wait, that doesn't actually do it. I almost made a mistake. Right, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there's 3 toughness there. Counting. I'll fade this. We'll put the Boar... kind of don't want to put on the Archer, but I have so much mana that, like... it kind of doesn't matter, because I can just move it over, like, next turn, and this gives me, like, a better defense for the time being. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. So not afraid of that. Actually, I don't even need to reconfigure, because they can't do anything, so I won't. Oh, it gets trample though. I should have. Maybe that was a punt. That's alright. This would make this, what, a 5/5, and so this can still block. Yeah, we'll go like this, a little more threatening. Yeah, I should have given it the old trample. That's okay. $15 cards in my deck. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of my lands. So there's 6 more lands in there, which is not nothing. So I could still draw lands. I'm going to attack with both of these, I think. Instead of putting the trample on here. I mean, I don't know. It's tough. Uh-oh. Okay. Death touch, sure. A Kami's Flare. Okay, well. So I have what? I have 5, 10, 11. So I don't want to equip and, like, you know, do that dance. But maybe. I mean, this is 14 damage. So they have to do some amount of blocking if I put this on here. I kind of have to do some amount of blocking anyways. If they don't triple block this, this could, like, eat multiple creatures. I think I just attack with both and then keep the Kami's Flare back. And then they have to, like, to kill this, they have to triple block on it. They could just, like, you know, chump this again, which is kind of not ideal. But I don't want them to, like, have, like, a big attack back, except they can't really have a big attack back. Actually, if I Kami's Flare this, they just die. So, yep. This gets trample, right? Cool. All right, we got there. This card's really good. This card's really good. All right, gang. See you for the next round. All right, round 4. We are 2 and 1. Show me what you got. Show me what you have. Well, is this a hand? I think so. I mean, I got a 2-drop into my Boseiju. If I draw 1 red, I got a bunch of interaction. It's not ideal, but okay. Sure. Okay. Do I just play the Coiling Stalker? The Bamboo Grove Archer could be a removal spell later that actually kills a flying creature. Yeah, I think I just play the Coiling Stalker. Any land, I'll be pretty happy. As long as I can get Boseiju going. You can kill this if you want. No, just block. If you got some sort of trickery here, it's super whatever. Okay. Oh, sure. Okay, I'm super not scared of that card. Not really what I'm looking for. Draws have not been great. But I can really quickly draw out of it if... yeah, I block. Again, you got a trick. That's fine. I don't know if there's anything that, like, actually, like, punishes this that hard. Oh, this is a good card. Oh, well, here we go. Yeah, this just eats Kami's Flare immediately. It'd be nice to cast Boseiju, but you can't. I can't let them cast an enchantment. That's a good way to lose this game. Oh. I'm going to discard Seismic Wave. I don't think Seismic Wave is going to be very good, and then later I want to be able to, like, discard Papercraft Decoy, or sacrifice Papercraft Decoy. Though actually, because I'm casting Boseiju, I can cast Boseiju, play a land, and then just discard my other forest, and I'm super at peace with that, especially because I just drew a forest. This card is good, though. Okay. Opponent playing good cards. A Kami's Flare. No. Kind of want Decoy to die, but we'll see. 0/4 Menace. Deeply threatening. A Virus Beetle. Oh boy, the discard's getting bad. It's the Voltage Surge, I think. Actually, no, that was a mistake. I wanted to keep Voltage Surge so I could sacrifice Decoy, kill one of the 4 toughness things. That was just a spew. Blocking this one because I don't mind taking the extra point. -2/-2 until end of turn. So if you cast a modified creature. Okay. Oh, it's whenever it attacks. Okay. That's not good. Alright, could definitely use some gigantic turtles. I'm just gonna kill it. Please don't. If I rip some big old turtles here, I won't be sad. I got good draws. Okay. This is a really good card. I'm in trouble. Oh, I got a turtle. You can get one of these, and that's okay. Yeah, just cast Colossal Sky Turtle. There's an argument for like getting this going first, but I don't know. I think I just want to get the turtle in play. You get the Arm Guard. If they attack here, I can't not block. I don't think that that's wise, but it tells me that they have You Are Already Dead, which would be the only card that really actually affects this board here. What do you flip into? A 3/3 flying whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can cast spells at the same mana value? Okay. I mean, yeah, this is probably You Are Already Dead, or I don't know why they would do this, actually, but it's got to be something. Maybe they forgot I had Ward. I can only hope. Prosperous Thief, sure. They just forgot I had Ward. Yeah, I attack. So I did, as I foretold, just rip a couple of turtles. So they have something, right? Because they tried to do something to me last turn. Oh, sure, okay. Do it again. Same trick. A Seismic Wave. Alright. Yeah, I think I just attack with both. They can kill one. They take it. Alright, I guess I cast Beseiju. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I don't know. Can they, like, power pump that enough? I only have one forest. I'm not going to play it, in case they got more discard. So I'm going to hold the Seismic Wave in my hand, I guess. What could they play that like actually makes it worse for me to seismic wave here? I don't know. I think I save it. Maybe this is like crab. That'd be bad if it was crab, I guess. Nope. All right. Cool. We got there. Excellent. I got really lucky to get out of that one. I literally ripped both turtles in a row. I won't deny that that was hella lucky. But we take those, you know. If you have to take it when you get unlucky sometimes, then you take it when you get lucky sometimes too. So I accept. All right, see you for the next one. All right, round 5. We are 3-1. You know, I've been playing enough now that like I feel like I recognize a lot of my opponent's names. This is a decent hand, by the way. Really defensive, but fine. I feel like I played against this person. I feel like I played against a person like our last draft too, or a couple of matches ago. I mean, yeah. All right. Well, I need to draw some gas here, but I'm not gonna die anytime soon. It looks like so. A wolf? Can I give it a bone? I'm not trying to touch your bone. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you. Oh. That's really annoying. Also, just drawing lands is bad, but... Please be a spell. Okay. Well... So what do? I kind of want to cast as a haste creature, so yeah, I'll wait. There's kind of no reason to cast it right here because I have no other gas. This way, if they like play any sort of like, say they play like a death touch creature or something like that, I can just wait. Okay. Well, I could have cast Samurai this turn, I guess, but it's fine. Wait, no. Get in the mountain. This could be Assassin's Ink, which is what I think it is, but no. Okay. A blue. Yeah. Really want to quit drawing lands, but it's okay. Really bad, gang. This is something I do miss about Val. I've been flooding horribly. Yeah, what is this? You're already dead? Yeah. And if I like I had any gas here, like they would just be dead 100%. You know what I mean? Like it's just like another creature. But instead I just have a full grip of lands and I can't actually like apply any pressure to them. It's extremely annoying. Okay. Turtle. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I could go turtle. So 1, 2, 3 for the turtle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is perfect, actually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Return card from my graveyard to my hand. Look at the Harmonious Emergence. This could be another You're Already Dead. It would be kind of annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto this mountain. If I lose this game, I'm gonna be really sad. Like, opponent just like did nothing for like several turns, and I couldn't do anything because like I just had no. Like, why weren't they casting these other spells earlier? You know, I don't really know. I guess they just found their island and they started casting stuff, but just to like draw land after land after land after land with the opener that I had is really ugly. Okay. I could still win. This is going to be a ninja. It's probably going to be something awful for me. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, alright. Bronze Plate Boar. I have 8 mana. I could just equip it. But I want to kill Mukatai Ambusher. Well, this has Vigilance. I don't know. I mean, would they get to tap something again? So maybe I just play the Boar. Attack. Yeah, I think I just attack. Right. This is kind of what I expected, yep. Now this could be You Are Already Dead again, which would be bad. Doesn't look like it. They would have saved themselves some life. Now this could be another ninja, also bad. Can't catch a break, gang. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm in a position to lose this game now. They're just gonna go off with ninjas, like. Yeah. And I'm just like helpless to the top of my deck right now. Yep. That's not very good. I think I lose now. Because they're going to hit me for 2. I'm going to lose 1 here, and then I just, like, I can't, like, get enough done in the time that I need to. I'm so sick of flooding out, gang. I really am. It's kind of been my experience of this format, honestly. Like, there's a couple drafts where I haven't uploaded where it's just, like, it's been, like, all that's, like, happened is that I draw lands, like, over and over again. I understand it happens to everybody. I've been running really poorly. Uh-huh. A flame discharge. Target creature or planeswalker. I'll take 3. That's not enough, though. Yeah, that was a horrible game to lose. Like, it's, you know, again, I don't mean to complain, but like you just draw like a million lands sometimes, and it's like it's so hard to like chain together wins when like some games you just drop because you got no action. I don't think I could have like made like better choices there. I don't think. I mean, like, I'd be curious to see if you guys like saw like any lines that were like better there, but like I don't really think so. I just didn't have any resources during the critical window of the game, especially because like you saw towards the end of the game. I mean, they drew a couple more cards and they started approaching my land count once they drew like a bunch of additional cards. But it's also not like the total that you have at the end. It's like during the critical window where they were choking, I needed to just apply a little more pressure. And I couldn't, you know? Yeah, really annoying. Anyways, I'll see you for round 6. Alright, round 6. I suppose I can keep this, yeah. Okay. Gotta play this as a green source, so, you know, less chance to get my turtles online, but so it goes. Oh. I think I'm just gonna cast like Bamboo Grove Archer. No, I'm gonna cast Azuzas. Well, I don't want them to. I could cast Azuzas and like play another land, but I don't think that's where I want to be. I think I'm just gonna cast Bamboo Grove Archer. If they want to like punch through the Archer, then they're welcome to, because it's gonna be harder for them to like pay any sort of ninjutsus on top of that. And then I want them to play more cards out into my Seismic Wave. Okay. Now I play Azuzas. Right? Maybe not. Maybe I just play another creature. Like I play Peerless Samurai and call it good, because then they really can't attack even if they have like a kill spell here. The trick with ninjutsu is it's really tough to know like what kind of like how you're going to get owned by stuff sometimes, you know. And I just don't see a huge advantage into playing Azuzas right here. Like it gets me to play another land, but that's like not that special. I still won't really be able to double spell next turn. Yeah, they just skip their third turn. That's huge. I can't believe I lost that last game, team. I'm still... So anyways, this card. I think this card is like a little bit better than it seems, but... Okay, Beseiju. Shoot. Bad time for that. I'll just play Rugged Highlands. Oh no, actually this is good. And then I play Beseiju. Leaves me a little exposed again to the Silver Fur Master, but... it's fine. Huh? A Shrine Steward, huh? Interesting, okay. Oh, wait, that gets a... This just finds an aura? This card is way better than I thought it was. Why have I been passing this? Holy cow, when you, like... That card's really good. I thought it only found the shrines. I should have reread this. This finds auras? Oh my god. Okay, well... That's very different. So I'm going to attack with the Samurai. Double block if you want. Yeah. Do one like that. Then we Seismic Wave it for 2. Play a Forest. Play a Bronze Plate Boar. No pass. They can't really cast this right now anyways. Another Shrine Steward, okay. They found nothing. They found nothing. So what do I play? I kind of want to leave... so I don't want to attack with the boar. here's where I'm at. I don't really want to just trade the boar off for the Shrine Steward when I could like put it on branch and start bashing. It just seems like this is a bad trade. Like, you know, it doesn't, like, just trading here really doesn't do me anything. But I also don't want to just fade this. If they draw a swamp, I want to be able to like kill this in time. Like, so I don't want to tap out for the Kami's Flare. So maybe I just play Azusa's, or maybe I just play the second boar. Actually, yeah, because I got 2 boars, I might as well just attack with the first boar. They kind of don't want to block anyways because they got the Twisted Embrace, so I'll just attack. Yeah, this is better. Sure. And now I really don't have to fear them going... So do I play the Azuzas here? If they go... They'd have to get a swamp, they'd have to have a black, and then they'd have to play a 2-mana creature followed by Twisted Embrace. It doesn't seem worth the risk though. Like if I can destroy this Twisted Embrace when they go to cast it, then it's very hard for me to lose the game. I have 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Will block. This doesn't actually block effectively. Right now they are dead even with a block, so we'll see. If this is you are already dead, it doesn't matter because they are already dead. What else could this be here that's actually a problem? I can't think of anything. And if it is anything... Oh, suit up. Oh. Here's Kami's Flare it. Alright, cool. Got there. Got there. Alright, 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Shaking it off. Alright, here we go. Alright, round 7. Round 7. This is a hand, sure. This is a blue land. Yeah. Just in time. Okay. Happy to see you. Welcome to the team. Okay. Well, not just in time, but that's okay. In fact, there's a good chance that this actually turns into a removal spell this game. Yeah. I mean, they could have a something, but I see no reason to not attack here. This is what, the Wanderer thing? Yeah, that's fine. You get a 2/2 first strike. Yep, okay. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to just kill this. I don't want them to continuously make 1/1s. I think that's really bad for me, so... Oh no, yeah, I can just kill this, that's fine. Need to have a few less lands, not that I got like a million, but... Sure. Yeah, okay. Well, first we attack. So maybe I should have played a land. Because if this is the Wanderers thing, again, that's kind of bad. I definitely should have played my land first. Got in the habit of just attacking. It would have been way better. And because it has first strike, I can't really wait. Well, I guess I couldn't have waited anyways. Yeah, I suppose I just Voltage Surge. It's not worth it. There's no way they just blocked this just to block it. Kind of annoyed with myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, great. But yeah, if I would have just played a land, that would have been avoidable. Pretty annoying. That's okay. Not my best maneuver. Sure. Ninja? No. Could draw less lands. Again, I could have like got more damage in. Like just, I gotta remember, it's like such a habit to like play your lands after the fact. Another Arm Guard Familiar. Well, the arms are guarded. They got one for each arm. You got a 4/2. Oh yeah, this will trade, except it won't. I could play Samurai, but I think one of the only cards that gets him out of this is Farewell, so I think I'm not going to. Not that they're playing like they have Farewell, but it's fine. Here I think I'm going to just Kami's Flare because it results in them dying. Okay, cool. Yeah, didn't play that, like, there were, like, minor ways in which I definitely, like, could have played that a little bit better. I think their last card was another Wanderers Intervention, or I think that's what that card's called. And if I would have just played the land, I would have been in a much better spot there. But as it is, it's fine. Cool, so 5 and 2, see you for round 8. Round 8 it is. Yes, hand. I draw some land, but, you know, got good defensive plays in the meantime, and then this, of course, just sets me up. Blue. Alright. Yeah, I think I just play it. I have so many plays to, like, go, like, this could, I could, like, ostensibly, because they're playing blue, I could wait to, like, try to use it as a flyer killer, but no, I just play the card. Virus Beetle. I think I'm going to get rid of Bronze Plate Boar. I think I want to keep the removal spell in both of, like, my high power cards and the land. Yeah. Well, you can draw some land here, but that's okay. The Modern Age, sure. Yeah, land here will make me a happy guy. A Reckoner Raid, yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of a land. It needs to be green. Well, the only land that makes it. No, it needs to be. No, it doesn't need to be green because I'm gonna cast Besage. So I think I'm going to Fade into Antiquity, the Okiba Reckoner Raid. Maybe that's a little aggressive, but I want to use my mana this turn because I have my like mana set up to use like on a bunch of future turns, and I don't want to take a bunch of damage to that. This will be blocked by the Bamboo Grove Archer eventually, so we'll just we'll just do this. Another game state where I think as long as I live, I'll be fine. They could You know, it's scary to use your removal like that because they could play some sort of like bomb rare type thing, and I'm going to be like, oh, I used my Fade into Antiquity. Definitely possible, but I think that would be a play made out of fear by holding it in my hand, and I think that I just want to like play a little more solidly than that. You got to take risks sometimes, and like that just is like the more stable play, if that makes sense. Yeah, you got Disruptor. Okay. Well, I could get ninja'd here. We'll see. Be bad if I do. No, I thought that this card was coming. Okay. And kill my archer. Yeah, alright. Well, in that case, I'm just going to play Blossom Prancer. I definitely want to defend here. Samurai. Yeah, I'll take Samurai. So I am under a decent amount of pressure. I don't really like it. I can't really afford to cast Besaiger here, can I? Well, I think I have to, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I take 6. But then it allows me to play 2 spells next turn, and I have my Besaiger going. Yeah, I think I have to. Wait. Not thrilled about that, though. Yeah, alright. Oh, so they're going to get to exile my Besaiger now. Okay. Oh, and they peel the other one out of my deck? Oh my god, that's so bad. Yeah, I think it's... Well, if I go Harmonious Emergence, no, they could just kill it. So I gotta go... like this. I think I'm just dead. Yeah, man, sometimes you got it all, you know? Jeez. I feel like I was really well set up that game. Get out of here. Yeah, I see. I want to... why does it do that? It takes like an hour for the view battlefield thing to show up. I wanted to look at that. Kind of an annoying way to lose. I mean, it was fair and square. Like they put me under a lot of pressure. Man, I really wanted to look at that battlefield. It takes forever to for that thing to pop up, but if you click, it passes through. I kind of wanted to analyze that a little bit more. It's possible I shouldn't have discarded the bronze plate boar. It seemed like the keeping the fade in hand was like a better option. It was like, I mean, there's probably other cards that were just as bad there, but it seemed almost like if it wasn't literally for Dakuchi Silencer, then I would have been in like a little bit of a better spot. So like if I would have had another creature that could have blocked past the well, no, because no, it would have made it because I would have been able to play Bronze Plate Boar, and then even if they tap the Bamboo Grove Archer, the Beetle can't attack. They would have had keep a Reckoner Raid going. Maybe I could have lived through it. Hard to say. So I think this deck turned out okay. 5 and 3 is I accept. I mean, it was a solid deck, but I had no rares. I didn't have a single rare in the deck. I mean, some solid uncommons and all that. But yeah, solid uncommon, solid removal. I think I navigated the draft okay. So I think 5 and 3 is an acceptable record for this deck. Yeah. Should I have played anything differently in retrospect upon playing all this? Not really. Everything is so situational. I feel vindicated in not playing Invigorating Hot Spring. simply because I just think that this would have been a liability. I don't think there was a lot of scenarios. I mean, I could go back and rewatch it, but just off the cuff, I don't think there's a lot of scenarios where like this kind of effect is like really what I needed, especially at the expense. Again, I mentioned this before, but like it's at the expense of an entire card and like a 3-mana play, which is not nothing. It's easy to like look at this and be like, well, this is really good. Like it just like makes all your creatures bigger and it like hastes them all, and like that's really sick. But it's like you have to look at like what you're paying for it too. And an entire card and 3 mana is like not nothing. And so and it's different because like you look at like Peerless Samurai or whatever, and it's like, well, that's an entire card in 3 mana. Like I don't know, like but like this just blocks on its own. It just attacks on its own. It doesn't like need any support, you know what I mean? And so like especially in a deck where like and you have like all this removal. Like my deck was like really pretty high removal. I don't think I ever saw this Master's Rebuke. Maybe once. My deck had a lot of removal, and so like I'm sure you guys have had hands like this if you play enough Magic, where you draw a hand and it's like just your removal spells, and you don't like have like any sort of like pressure to apply or any way to just like naturally block another creature. And so when your opponent just plays like stupid 2-drop and then stupid 3-drop, and they don't even have to be good cards, you end up in this really awkward position where like you have to expend your what should be premium removal spells that keep you safe, and you have to expend them just like at anything that your opponent plays because you don't really have a choice. It's like that or just get beat up by them, right? Well, the way that's related to Invigorating Hot Spring is like if you have like a bunch of removal spells in your deck, this only exacerbates that by like having yet another. This card relies on creatures, and so you can draw it in hands where you really don't have a lot of creatures, and then it's like even worse because like it's again exacerbating that problem. It's not a creature that you can play to just simply attack or block your opponent, and it also, unlike the actual removal spells, doesn't do anything, So I feel vindicated not playing this, even though I'm in red-green, and it's the red-green uncommon. There are decks where this card's probably good. Like, if I'm applying a lot more pressure, if I'm, like, really attacking, this card's probably a little bit better. The thing is, what I've found for the green decks in this format is there are a lot more about doing things like this, like this, like this. These are the good cards, right? And so, like, this stuff is fine, but it's like, I'm not interested that much in, like, trying to jam Coiling Stalker, like, down somebody's throat, right? Like, with, like, the Invigorating Hot Spring or whatever, And so, like, your green decks, I think, end up looking a lot more like this, like, big, huge, insurmountable top end, gigantic creatures, which, now, giving gigantic creatures haste is good, right? But I think it's a lot more like on plan to just be solid, keep yourself alive. Because the problem, I mean, as we kind of saw with some of this, like with these like gigantic creatures, especially like this card. This card's amazing, right? Like it solves my mana problems, like to a degree. Like it allows me to like get up to like cast Turtle, allows me to cast multiple spells a turn. Flooding out is like bad typically, but like when you draw multiple lands off of this card, it's like you have 4 lands, you cast this, you get 2 more lands. Like those lands are good. They're only bad in like a lot of games when it's like those are the cards that you drew instead of your like cards that you're supposed to have, or whatever. By that I mean like the spells you need to be playing. So where was I going with this? Well, I completely lost my train of thought. I was just like on one there. But I think where I was going was like, okay, so like, this like takes some time. So like, but you want to like cast these like big insurmountable creatures that's slow. I see. Yeah. The danger with stuff like this is you need to stay alive to get there to do it. Even Blossom Prancer, which is a card that's really pretty good at keeping you alive. I mean, it's a 4/4 reach, so like a really pretty nice defensive body, and it draws you a card or gains you life. And I wonder if no, I think having the Peerless Samurai there was fine. I don't think gaining life would have saved me, apart from the Blossom Prancer. Anyways, the important thing you need to do is stay alive to like let these things get going. This is almost win more a little bit in a deck like this, where it's like, I got this huge monster, and guess what? It's like 1/1 bigger, and it's attacking this turn. Well, it's like that can make a difference, but you know what can make more of a difference is just having a board to block with. So yeah, I stand by that. Again, this card, even though I'm like a kind of a rampy deck, like I think this card is. It's not that you don't ever play it, but I do think it's like underpowered. I don't like ramp stuff, and if I ever get that 2-mana 1/1 ramper, I'll talk about that. Even the 3-mana, for whatever reason with this set, I cannot think of the names of like anything. the channel card that makes the 1/1. For 2 mana, you make a 1/1 mana creature. That, I mean, you play it. It's not that it's like you never play it, especially because that one has an alternate mode that's like kind of a real spell. However, I think mana effects are really kind of weak. Like mana ramping type effects are typically quite weak. Azusa's is different because this turns into a real creature and gains you life. And so like this is like kind of nice. Like when you jam this on 2, it will help defend you, will help keep you alive, and it ramps you. This card's different. But yeah, something like this, like okay, it just gives you the 1/1 counter, and then it ramps you. But that's a really meager effect to the board for then what is essentially just another land. Yeah, you get it faster, but like it's not like that special. And so it makes this like kind of a really weak top deck. It's really only fine in the mid game, and then even if you do cast it in the mid game, yeah, you get a 1/1 counter. Yeah, you get to ramp a little bit, but you also took your 3rd turn off to do it. You know, you didn't play to the board at all. You know, it's like so. I just think mana effects, like ramping effects, are like way weaker than maybe a lot of folks might think. I mean, it's hard to say. I can't read all your minds. I don't know how strong you think that stuff is, but that's where I'm at with it. This card really performed. This card, of course, really performed, though we saw its weaknesses a little bit here. It is not a creature. It's 3 turns for it to be a creature, right? And so that is a problem. But Sky Turtle really performed. I actually was surprised how much I used the return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Really nice to be stapled onto this. Not an effect that like you use all the time. Like for example, like I didn't pick the do I even have it? I thought I picked one. I just didn't play it. The green regrowth-esque card, the instant speed one. You guys know what I'm talking about. The 3 mana, get a creature and an enchantment. Like that card's like not amazing. I don't really like it that much, and I've played it a few times because it misses a lot. Like you can't play it in the early game to like any real effect. You have to set it up a little bit for it to even amount to being a draw 2, which, you know, card advantage is nice. Like draw 2s are nice, but like there's just like this like huge opportunity to miss with it, and it like really is kind of a stumbling block until the late game when it's like, okay, well I drew this, now I can reliably get my other cards back, and like that's good, you know. But like in the early to mid game, cards are bad. Okay, so you know, differences of something like this is that like, okay, even though it's really bad, you still want to be able to do that's what you like need to do sometimes. And so having it stapled onto this creature, right, is way different, because when you need that, it actually becomes quite good. Like you can like use this that way, and then of course the rest of the time this thing is like a gigantic massive flying ward beater that also can bounce things if that's what you need to do too. So like both of the channel effects on this are like relatively situational, but that's really nice because situational effects, sometimes the situation comes up, you know, and then sometimes the situation is I can't actually cast this creature, and so like this is almost like 3 situational effects, like gigantic monster, you know, the regrowth effect and the bounce effect, and all of that together, really super nice. Even though each of these effects individually, like I don't like playing just like on summons, I don't like playing just like regrowths, I don't like playing just 7 drops. This card's pretty good. Yeah, what else I think? Seismic Wave was, I mentioned it during the play, but I feel like there's a lot of effects. I really kind of want to maybe start doing some best of 3 drafts, except they're not ranked, and I kind of want to climb. But there's a lot of effects in this set that are like really situational, just like I was saying. Like, you know, I mean, you got Seismic Wave, you got Fade into Antiquity, Explosive Entry. When these things hit, they are gigantic, and when they miss, they're blank and they're really bad. Like there was boards where like this card just like literally didn't do anything, and it really depends on how many artifact creatures your opponents have. But then there was one game where I 3-for-1 my opponent and shot them for 2, and then they just conceded. Like, you know, and so like that's true about this card. It's true about this card. Less true about this card. You know, this card is like really kind of ubiquitous. I think this card's really quite excellent in this set. But yeah, so I wonder how like different this would be playing best of 3. I haven't played best of 3 really on Arena at all, because they push the best of 1, you know. So I'd be interested to try. What else do I think? I enjoyed playing this deck. I think I just needed a little more rare power. You know, I had powerful cards. Don't get me wrong. I had like, you know, these are like 5 really strong commons here. I had like a bunch of really good removals and stuff. You know, so it's like I had strong cards. There's power, but like sometimes there's like no substitute for just like having something that just like is, you know, above and beyond what is reasonable to expect your opponent to be able to handle, you know. And I maybe could have used like better cheap creatures. Like I wish I almost had like another Bamboo Grove Archer instead of this Coiling Stalker, though. I actually never really saw that much. This didn't really hurt me that much. Papercraft Decoy a little weak, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, so decent deck, like I said. 5-3 is a record. I'm happy with this one with no rares and in an awkward draft. I haven't had a draft where I've just like felt like I've been in the right lane, and then like, and I feel like I'm pretty good at reading the drafts too. And it's just like they've all just been like I pick like several cards of one color, and then it turns out that color is completely shut off, and then I have to like pick up the pieces and like see what I can figure out, and then I end up like navigating to that decently, but it's not as good as like, oh, I pick this mythic rare, and then it turns out that color is just open, and I get to pick all these sweet cards in this color. You know what I mean? And it's like it's hard to you can't just count on it having a draft like that. But okay, so here we go. I got an Ogrehead Helm. Yeah, this card's good. 2-mana 2/2. Cheap reconfigure costs. I think that the reconfigure costs being cheap are like really important. I've mentioned this on the board, but like 5 is a lot. 5 is a lot for that creature. It really mitigates its power. Because it's like you basically, even in the late game, like you have like 8 mana, it's still like most of your turn to just equip that thing. Though +3/+2 and trample is good, but this being a reconfigured 3 to add 2/2 is like really nice, and it's a 2/2, which is a little bit like a 2-mana 2/2 is I think a little more valuable than a 3-mana 3/2. And then the ability is actually really strong here. If you just like run out of cards, like yeah, you can really turn this into something. Though it's a little Win More-esque. I mean, not exactly, but like, at the point that you're like, you've equipped another creature with this thing, and you're like successfully bashing with it, and then you've played all your cards out of your hand, and you can afford to sacrifice that creature and then like draw 3 cards. Like the ability is good, but I wonder how much you're actually going to get to be able to really go off with it in most game states. Beyond that, nothing else here is like really special. A synthesizer maybe, just as like the most like functional synergy piece. I love the samurai art, by the way. Look at this guy, so intense, super cool. I got owned by this card the other day. Well, kind of. It killed my Tameo, but then I ended up winning the game, so I guess I didn't own too hard. But good to remember this card exists because there's not too many haste guys in the set. And this is one of them. I think the 3 toughness on that really makes that card a lot weaker, though. So really helps if you have like some like the 2/1s that power and toughness pump or whatever. Here, well, what's the rare? Oh, easily Fable with the Mirror Breaker. This card's sweet. This card's so good. Even if the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki had no abilities, just making 2 2/2s and doing the loop for 3, this card would still be incredible. But it does more than that. The first 2/2 makes Treasure, which smooths out everything that you could do. Treasure is like, I mentioned this before, but even just making 1 treasure over the course of a game, especially like if you're not like flooding out your jungle a bunch of lands, like it just like unlocks your hand. You can just like do so many more things if you get even a single treasure. Plus it's an artifact. And then the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki is just absurd. Like you can just do so many bogus things. You just rebuy all your ETBs. You have a big monster. You can just like double it up and smash with both, or just keep sending the 1 in, and they have to like lose value to it. They either have to keep chumping or taking damage. And it's just like incredible ability on what is already just an insane card. I would play this card if it was just the 3 mana backside. You know what I mean? I would play this card if it was just the 3 mana front side, maybe. I would, or even just like the first story. Like this card, this is a really good card. Also, I really value rares, high power rares that are cheap, because one of the ways that you lose with I can't think of any like 7 mana rares in this set, but like Toxrill from Crimson Vow or whatever. One of the ways that you lose is you die before you can cast it, and you don't get to use the power of the card that you have. But these 3 mana ones, it's like you cast this on the 3rd turn. It's like, okay, good luck, So I really like this card here. I haven't seen. I imagine that there are going to be very specific decks where this card does something, and then for the vast majority of the time, there's just too much going on here to like really make this card effective. You have to have a bunch of modified creatures, and then you have to have enough that you can get back with converted mana costs equal to the creatures that you have in the graveyard when you're attacking with this. It's like when you do it, it's like you get a free guy. I mean, that's pretty good. It's not a 3 mana 2/3, which I mean, I play a bunch of 3 mana 2/3s, but as far as like high pickiness of this card, not very much. This card's alright. If you have multiple shrines, this actually could probably go off, but the 1 toughness only in very specific instances. And a 4 mana 2/2 Death Touch, not an embarrassing creature, but you don't want to like in these cards that compared to Fang of Shigeki, a 1 mana 1/1 Death Touch is way better than a 4 mana 2/2 Death Touch. But the Death Touch creatures, you just want to trade them off for something gigantic with your opponent, at which point their size doesn't really matter. So I think this card's okay. Here's the Fall of Lord Konda, unless this is special. I actually don't know which of these is better. The Exile on this is this is just a really great removal spell. The second ability is literally nothing. Maybe you can give your opponents their rats back when they have the Whale of Hirobi or whatever that is. But yeah, the first side being a removal spell, and then a creature that affects the board that then draws you a card, like rather than just drawing you a card, like having like a 1/3 defender. I mean, sure, you got to get it killed, but if you get it killed, like you like gain a bunch of life and then draw a card. So it's like removal spell, gain life, draw a card, pretty good. This card though, you get a Plains and reveal it. So if you need additional mana after you cast this, that's decent. I mean, just drawing a land is good. Sometimes you don't need the land, and that's kind of blank. But then you can discard a card and get something from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Now you have to... This one's just like more situational, but I think when you hit on this one, it's a little bit better because you get the Plains. If you need the Plains, you have the Plains, and then you can maybe... And then if you don't, you can discard it to return something from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if you have a creature, you can then get, like, turn the Plains into the creature. Right. And then the creature on the backside is way better. I mean, 3/4 vigilance that also like creates additional 1/1 spirits. That's a solid creature. So I don't know. Like I think if you're hitting with this one, it's probably a little bit better, but it's honestly close. And it might even be that the removal on this, the front side removal on this, is like so much better that like it's even better than this. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'd be curious what you all think. Which of the two of these is better? I think it's close enough. I think the back side of this is like substantially better, but then like the front side of this is substantially better. Just the exile is so good, whereas this is like it's a little dorky. Like even like the depending on what you're getting back. I mean, if you're just getting like a 2/2 creature, or you're getting like the samurai, the 2-mana 2/1 samurai or whatever. Like it's like fine, but it's not like insane. But I don't know. I mean, if you get that and this creature for 3 mana, like yeah. I suppose it's good. I don't know. I would take the rare right now just to try it, but not really sure either way. Here, oh, this is the card I was thinking. Tribute to Hirobi. Yeah, I would take this. This card's good. I mean, a little risky. It could die and you could just give your opponent rats, but if you do the thing, then you just get so much, like a huge advantage. Massive flying creature, massive being a 3/3, extra card draw. You can even leave the rats back if you do need to block with something. Guidebot's been okay. It's like, distributing the 1/1 counter is good. It's really slow. It's super slow. But, in a sold-out board, it is a card advantage engine. I've never seen it go off yet, and I've seen this card actually a lot. A lot of people play this card, and I've seen it draw a card or two. It's alright. So anyways, okay, cool. Thanks for joining, everybody. I think this one went pretty well. Expect some more of these soon. Please remember to like and subscribe if you made it this far. You probably already are liked and subscribed, but, maybe not. But yeah, see you next time.